My name is Luna. I am 30 years old. I work in a hospital. I am a nurse. My job is to care for sick people. I work long hours every day. I work during the day, and occasionally, I work at night. I love my job because helping people gives me a sense of purpose. Before last year, I was alone. I didn't have a boyfriend, and I lived by myself. I worked all the time, and I often felt exhausted. After work, I frequently visited my mother. My mother lives in a small village. She is elderly, so I enjoy helping her as much as I can. Life was simple and peaceful. Then one day, everything changed. A new doctor joined our hospital. His name is Michael. Michael is 2 years younger than me. He is 28 years old, and he is incredibly handsome. He is tall with brown hair and striking blue eyes. He has a charming smile. All the nurses like him because he is both friendly and kind. Initially, I didn't think Michael would even notice me. I am not very slim, and I consider myself an ordinary woman. I don't wear fancy clothes, and I don't have long, beautiful hair. I never imagined Michael would be interested in someone like me. But then Michael started talking to me. He was always polite and kind. He would ask me how I was doing and smile at me every day. I was surprised. I never thought someone like Michael would show interest in someone like me. One day, Michael offered me a ride home. I accepted. He drove me home in his car. It was a nice car, and we talked during the entire ride. We shared stories about work, our lives, and our families. Talking to him made me feel incredibly happy. Michael was easy to talk to. After that day, he often offered me a ride home. Sometimes, he would bring me coffee or tea at work. During lunch breaks, we would sit together in the cafeteria and talk. Gradually, I started liking him more and more. I began looking forward to seeing him every day. Then, one weekend, Michael asked me if I wanted to go to the movies. We both had the day off, so I agreed. We watched a movie together and then went for a walk. We talked for hours. I felt so happy. I began to believe that Michael might like me just as much as I liked him. But then, a few days later, Michael revealed something unexpected. He said, "Luna, I need to tell you something." I was curious and asked him what it was. Michael explained, "I'm married." I was stunned. I had no idea he had a wife. He never mentioned her, and he didn't wear a wedding ring. Michael explained that he had been married for 5 years. His wife's name is Laura. They don't have any children. He said he wasn't happy in his marriage. He explained that they didn't have much in common and rarely spent time together. Their interests were completely different. Michael admitted that he enjoyed spending time with me because I made him happy. He said he felt comfortable around me, and I was easy to talk to. I didn't know what to do. I liked Michael a lot, but I didn't want to cause any problems. I thought about it constantly. I wondered why Michael would like me when he already had a wife. His wife was probably very beautiful, and I didn't understand why he would want to spend time with me. I felt confused. I wasn't sure if I should continue seeing Michael or stop. I didn't want to hurt anyone, but being around him made me happy. A few days later, something happened. I went to a large supermarket in the city to buy groceries. As I walked through the aisles, I heard a familiar voice. It was Michael. He was talking to someone. I saw him before he saw me. He was with a woman, and I assumed it was his wife, Laura. Laura was stunningly beautiful. She was tall and graceful, almost like a model. She wore expensive clothes and had a radiant smile. They were laughing together, looking very happy. I felt a pang of sadness and didn't know what to do. I quickly left the supermarket without letting them see me. When I got home, I couldn't stop thinking about what I had seen. I felt conflicted. Why would Michael spend time with me if he had a beautiful wife? Why did he choose to talk to me? I began to reevaluate my situation. I didn't want to be the other woman in Michael's life. I wanted to make the right choice, but it wasn't easy. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Michael, about how kind he was and how much I enjoyed his company. But I also thought about his wife, who seemed perfect. I couldn't understand why Michael would choose me when he already had someone like Laura. The next day at work, I felt tired and upset. I didn't want to see Michael, but I knew I needed to talk to him. When I saw him, he greeted me with his usual smile, but I couldn't smile back. "Michael, we need to talk," I said. He looked at me, confused. "What's wrong, Luna?" he asked. "I saw you at the supermarket with your wife," I said. "You looked happy. I don't understand why you're spending time with me if you're happy with her." Michael's expression turned somber. "I'm not happy, Luna," he said. "Laura and I don't have the connection that you and I share. When I'm with you, I feel alive. You make me feel like myself." I didn't know how to respond. I cared about Michael, but I didn't want to be responsible for damaging his marriage. I decided to take some time to think. I told Michael the first needed space. Over the next few days, I reflected on everything. I confided in my best friend, Sarah, and told her about Michael. Sarah is always straightforward with me. She said, "Luna, you deserve someone who can be with you fully. Don't settle for anything less." Her words resonated with me. I realized I needed to think about my own happiness and future. A week later, Michael called me and asked to meet. I was nervous but knew I had to be honest. We met at a park, and I expressed my feelings. "Michael, I care about you, but I can't be in this situation," I said. "You need to figure out what you truly want. If you're unhappy with Laura, you need to talk to her. But I can't be the other woman." Michael looked saddened but said he understood. "I care about you, Luna," he said. "I'll think about everything. I just want you to be happy." We said goodbye, and I walked home feeling both heartbroken and empowered. I knew I had made the right choice, even though it was difficult. Life is full of hard decisions, but sometimes we must choose what's best for ourselves. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share.